Another university rocked by child sex abuse allegations.
I think I'm the only one I've ever done that to.
No. I think that there might have been others.
Secretly recorded tapes and another accuser, leading to the firing of Bernie Fine. You can help break a record today just by logging on and buying something. How many are expected to shop Cyber Monday? The heir to the throne is now a hero. More on how Prince William came to the rescue. And a story about heroes on a highway, how their quick thinking may have saved some lives. And a jolly snowman who ended up in jail. Your Independent News Network starts right now. Hello everyone, I'm Mike Mickle. Welcome to INN News. We begin with the growing sexual abuse scandal inside the legendary Syracuse University basketball program. The school has fired longtime assistant coach Bernie Fine after a third alleged victim came forward. Perhaps even more shocking, secret recordings obtained by ESPN appear to show Fine's wife knew of the abuse and did nothing to stop it.
I think I'm the only one I've ever done that to.
No. I think that there might have been others. Well, what did he want you to do? I mean, you can be honest with me.
He was like, first of all, he would grab me and, touching me. He doesn't think he can be touched. Like,
He thinks that, I think he thinks he's above the law.
These tapes were secretly made in 2002 by Bobby Davis. He was a former Syracuse team ball boy and was a seventh grader when he says Fine molested him. Last night, a third accuser came forward. Zach Tomaselli told police Bernie Fine molested him when he was 13 in a Pittsburgh hotel room shower.
He was sitting on the bed and he was looking at me.
I've been friends for 50 years with Coach Fine, and that buys a lot of loyalty from me.
As for Tomaselli, he has his own troubles. He's facing charges for sexually assaulting a 14-year-old boy. Tomaselli's own father calls him a liar. Well, have you shopped online today? It is Cyber Monday, and it could be a record-breaking one for retailers. Analysts expect $1.2 billion in sales today, and PriceGrabber.com says 40% of consumers shopping over the Thanksgiving weekend plan to buy something online for Cyber Monday. Meanwhile, retailers rang up record sales on Black Friday. Shoppers spent $11.4 billion. That's according to ShopperTrack. The figure is up nearly $1 billion over last year. Online sales are also going strong. They were up 39.3% on Thanksgiving Day and 24.3% on Black Friday. Well, shopping for the 12 days of Christmas is really going to cost you. And high unemployment is leading to low births. Here's your Back to Business. Fewer Hispanic families in the U.S. are having babies. USA Today reports 946,000 Hispanic babies were born last year. That's down more than 50,000 from the year before. Experts blame the stagnant economy and high unemployment rate for that trend. Royal Caribbean will soon be adding a new amenity to its ship staterooms. Royal Caribbean will start adding iPads in its 1,800-passenger Splendor of the Seas ship by mid-February. After that, the cruise line reportedly plans to put iPads in the cabins of 5 other ships over the next 2 years. The devices are expected to be programmed with the ship's daily listings of activities. If you wanted to buy all the items in the 12 Days of Christmas song, it would now cost you more than $100,000. The price of all 364 gifts in the song rose more than 4% since last year. The gifts that saw the biggest increases in traditional sales were the partridge and
2 turtle doves.
The doves' prices rose 25%. The most expensive items in the song are they're going to run you a whopping $6,300.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Well, for many Egyptians, it's their first real taste of democracy. The opening round of an historic parliamentary election is underway. This comes 9 months after Egyptians drove Hosni Mubarak out of office. It's seen as a key step in the country's political transformation. People have been lining up at polling stations waiting for the chance to vote. About 50 million are eligible, and many of them will be voting for the first time. The military council that governs Egypt refused to delay the poll despite a week of clashes between protesters and security forces, which left 42 people dead. All 3 American students jailed during one of those protests in Egypt are back home. Gregory Porter, Derek Sweeney, and Luke Gates were reunited with their families over the weekend. They were arrested during the deadly riots in Tahrir Square. Egyptian police accused them of throwing fire bombs on November 20th. After working with the U.S. Embassy, Egyptian police did release them.
I don't know who initiated the first charges or who first said that we were caught on top of a building throwing these bombs that I saw in an article. We were not on the building at all. That was very clearly just lies, 100%.
The other students also say they're innocent. They say they were held by the Egyptians for days, who say they threatened to shoot them. Some controversial cargo has Germans protesting, and the heir to the throne is a hero on the high seas. Here's your Global News Now. A train carrying radioactive waste from France has arrived at its destination in Germany despite a mass protest. German authorities cleared thousands of demonstrators trying to block the train. Many protesters had chained themselves to the tracks. Trucks will now carry the waste to the site where it will be stored. Green automotive history was made in Russia. The YP Mobile is the country's first hybrid-powered car. It's on display at a Moscow showroom. The models include the roomy Yo van and the sporty Yo Rally. The fully equipped Yo Mobile car costs less than $17,000. He's a prince and now a hero. Prince William was one of a team of rescuers who saved sailors on a capsized cargo ship. The British Royal was the co-pilot on a helicopter that rescued 2 sailors from a life raft. The Swanland went down off the coast of Wales. Sadly, 5 crew members remain missing. The British Coast Guard says the ship was battered by gale force winds. And that's your Global News Now. Speaking of rescues, take a look at this one in Los Angeles. Strangers rushed to the aid of 3 people pinned underneath a pickup truck. That truck rolled over on Interstate 10 in the Riverside County desert. California Highway Patrol made it to the scene just as several drivers lifted the truck and pulled a female passenger to safety. She was breathing when she was pulled out, so were 2 others. No word on what caused that rollover. Time for your vote 2012, and Newt Gingrich's campaign gets a major boost. New Hampshire's largest newspaper has endorsed the former House Speaker for the Republican presidential nomination. The New Hampshire Union Leader's Sunday editorial says Gingrich is the best candidate who is actually running. The Union Leader is the state's largest paper. Its endorsement carries weight locally and on a national scale. New Hampshire holds the first in the nation primary 1 week after the Iowa caucus. Now, there's plenty more to come on INN. Do you work a lot? If so, then you probably don't work out as much as you should. This could be the solution to your problems. Plus, snowmen usually don hats, a pipe, and carrot noses. This one also has handcuffs. And the Grinch who stole Christmas from the Boy Scouts. And we want to remind you, INN News is on Facebook, and now you can also find us on Twitter at INN News Network, and we're on YouTube. We're reaching out to you so you can reach out to us. INN News will be right back.